Okay, welcome to this tutorial video, the third in a series on how to use the Sony NX-30P. This video is solely dedicated to talking about audio. While video of a video camera is obviously important and you need to know how to use that, audio is just as essential, particularly for video journalism. We have to get it right, we have to get our audio crisp when we film. So you need to know how these settings work. Before I go into the somewhat complicated customization options here, let's just start with the inputs, which is on the other side of the camera. Right, so we have two microphone options. Top one is the shotgun microphone, second one is the external microphone. As you can see, I've got both plugged in here at the moment. I've got the shotgun going into input 1, and I've got the external microphone plugged into input 2. If you want to pull these in and out, just be careful, you need to flick that switch up the top. So if I flick that switch down, and then I should be able to pull it out, like so. Now, why would you need two different microphones? Well, it really depends on the situation that you're filming. The shotgun microphone is great for picking up natural sound. So if we want to get the sound of a room, sound of an event, sound of the outside, of whatever overlay we're filming, then use the shotgun. But if you're doing an interview, then we need to get far crisper and more precise sound of a human voice, use the external mic. What that means is that you really only need the external mic connected when you're doing an interview. If you're just filming overlay, you can pull the external mic out and not worry about it. At the moment, I'm going to have both connected, just assuming that we're doing an interview, so I'm going to get room sound from the shotgun, and also I'm going to use this for an interview purpose, let's say, hypothetically. Right, so both of them are connected, and I'm going to go to the settings now. Now, this is quite confusing and complicated. So the easy way, if you want the easy option on how to know if you've got the correct settings, is just to memorize what I've got right there and just make sure that all those buttons in there are in the correct place. I will go through what they do, but the easy option is just make sure that input 1 is set to channel 1, so down. Input 1 ATT is on 10, input 1 mic plus 48V. Next ATT is on 10, input 2 is on mic. Both of these bottom controls are flicked to manual. Probably have the dials around 5. And then the low cut options down here are both off, right? So if you want the easy option, just make sure all those things are flicked in that way and you're ready to go, hopefully. If you want to actually know what they do though, it's a bit confusing, obviously. Over here, we can select our input between channel 1 and channel 2. For some reason, if you select channel 1, it means you are getting both input microphones, right? If you select channel 1, channel 2, it means you are only getting input 1. Basically, it does make sense if you think about it. It says input 1 here, and we are setting what our input 1 is. Is it going to be picking up both channels or one channel? So if you want two different microphones going at the same time, have it flicked down below. If you only want one microphone going, you have it up, but leave it down below so we've got two microphones going. Obviously, if you only want one microphone, you could always just pull the second microphone out. Moving on, these up here are to do with the gain levels of the microphones. We've tested them and we reckon that having it on 10 dB and mic level is the best way to go, so please don't change them. Down here, however, you can change. These are the microphone gain levels where you can be more precise and get some manual control. So while you're interviewing somebody, you are going to be listening to what they're saying with your headphones live. And if you think that the audio meter is a little too loud, you can pull that gain down. If you think it's a little soft, you can pull it up. We have two because they refer to the different channels. Channel 1 at the moment is going to be input 1, so that's going to be the shotgun microphone. Channel 2 is going to refer to input 2, which at the moment is the external microphone. So you get manual control on raising the gain or lowering the gain of the volume. Low cut, you don't even need to worry about, so let's not even complicate matters further. Right, so they're all the settings up the top. Down here, as I showed in the first video, there's a little compartment, which we can open up and we can put headphones in. That's the headphone jack. So we can live monitor our audio while we record. It's very important that you do this. So I'm going to turn on the camera now. And let's just record something for audio purposes. So I'm going to click record here. And now we're recording. It's going to be very difficult for you to see, but I will try to hold this in the correct place. Down here, this is our audio meters. You can see we've got channel 1 and channel 2 going at the same time. Channel 1 at the moment is the shotgun mic, and it's picking up my voice. If I move this external microphone, if I tap it, it's now picking up channel 2. So there's a visual representation of what's going on, but you also need to be listening to it live with your headphones. And if it's too loud or too soft, you can make adjustments up here. One final thing, if you're listening live to your headphones and you're not hearing anything, it's probably just because the volume of the headphones is not loud enough. The way you change that is by clicking menu at the top, then you go to camera audio, and you need to scroll this all the way down until we get to the note section on the screen. So I'll move that right down. So many options that you don't need to worry about. Okay, there you go. I'm on the note, and there's a little button, a little option called volume. Click that, and that is the headphone volume. So if it's too soft, then just raise it up until you're satisfied that you can hear the volume. Now, just be careful with raising the volume, because that doesn't mean that you're recording audio at a higher volume. It doesn't mean that the microphone's picking up something at a higher volume. It just means you're listening to it through the camera at a higher volume, which is where these audio meter guides down the bottom become very handy as well. Right, so that is audio. So now you know how to use the camera, use the viewfinder, set the right audio. It's very complicated, but as you do it more and more, it will become second nature, and you'll find that this video camera is actually quite easy to operate. Good luck.